What's poppin', T subs and T squad? So, I made a post yesterday. Um, my bad. Trying to. Okay. So I made a y'all this mic shit. Anywho, I made a post yesterday about me doing this whole best man little review thingy, and the plan was for me to watch the episodes separately, and then review it like that on the second show. But I watched it while I was still at Mimi house before I left. I had the opportunity to watch all of the episodes or whatever. And I said, you know what? Instead of just doing it like that for the second channel, I'm gonna just give y'all my overall thoughts of the whole thing or whatever the case may be, and one video on the main channel. Why not? So that's what this is. First and foremost, shout out to the entire cast, the writers, the producers, the creators, the wardrobe, the makeup, anybody that was involved in this project. I totally appreciate y'all because y'all did y'all due deals. All right, you did. Y'all did y'all due deals. I'm not overly excited about scripted series like I once was. Because why it's just it's entertainment for me. It doesn't really give me much to talk about up here because I'm more known for reality shit. But I was really excited about seeing this, but I was also nervous at the same time because I didn't know how this was gonna go, how they was gonna format it, and how they was gonna create it into like a series. You know what I mean? I'm actually kind of sad that it's not like a series. Like I'm kind of hoping they bring like a season two, three, four, five, six. You know what I'm saying? I hope they kind of do that with it because I think I would be here for it, and I think I would be here for reviewing it. So let's go on ahead. I'm gonna talk about the characters, bust them all down, read them down to the ground, and then that's it. First and foremost, Harper Stewart, selfish ass. Listen, I like Harper. And me and Mimi talked about this yesterday before I left, and I said, I like Harper. I know a lot of people really didn't kind of see it for him like that in the movie, considering all of the lying that he was doing and how he would tell half truths and stuff like that. And then a lot of people felt the way about him doing Lance, because he fucked Mia or whatever the case may be. And I've always felt like, Harper really ain't here to hurt nobody for real, intentionally. He just, he's still learning. He still got some growing up to do. He a writer. He always got his hands in the clouds. Most writers, that's how they do. They don't have a lot of common sense. They smart enough to write novels and shit like that. But when it comes to common sense and, you know, feelings and things like that, they kind of aloof to that. You know what I mean? Um, but I'm here for Harper. I liked how his character progressed. Shout out to him for the unfinished business. I mean, the unfinished business movie. All right, his first book, the novel that stirred up all that drama, turned around and became a damn movie for that man. So definitely shout out to him for that. The movie thing was cute. Robin, Lord have mercy, Jesus, girl. Rob, first of all, I really thought Robin was just gonna take one for the team and hunch the hell out of that fine ass uh 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 vegetable stand guy. I can't think of his name, but I remember him from Empire when he was messing around with Jamal. I remember him from there. Girl, he's so damn fine. And I remember me and Mimi was watching that and how she was lusting over that man. I was like, girl, she finna fuck up her family. But this man in this damn fruit stand, no God. Me and Mimi felt differently when it came down to her wanting a divorce, her wanting to move to Guinea, or however y'all pronounce it, with their daughter Mia or whatever the case may be. So Mimi's whole point, standpoint of it was, you know, I'm not down. She wasn't down with her for wanting to take Mia, take the child away from the father. She wasn't here for that. She felt like Robin was a bitch, and that's why Jordan was able to hurt her man twice. Kinda. She got to hurt him back in the best man. she almost hunched him when it came down to this. See, it almost happened until they got the call about Q having his little minor heart attack or whatever the case may be. Or did they just get finished in time enough for them to get that call and make it down there to go see about Q? I don't know. I don't really remember, but I am gonna go back and watch it to find out because I might binge watch that for a little while. But my whole stance of it was, while I understood Mimi's point about, her wanting to take their daughter to live out the country, that I understood. But the point that I was trying to make to Mimi was where I understood where Robin was coming from was the point of she has been basically following this man's lead for years. That's really all she done. And it's like now this was something that she wants to do. These are some things that she wants to have for herself. And it's like you just don't have the time for it. You know what I mean? And I get where she was coming from when she says, I'm Robin. I was Robin before I became your wife. I was Robin before I became Mia's mama. I was Robin before I was all of this. And I get that. A lot of times, a lot of women, they fall into that trap when they get married. They forego all of their dreams and their goals and their ambitions and the things that they always wanted to do to be a wife and a mother. And they still feel left out, or they feel incomplete, or they don't feel whole, or they feel invalid. And it doesn't matter what you say or how much you try to do to show that you're appreciative of everything that they do, they're still going to feel like they're missing something. You know what I mean? I wished they didn't. I wish they would not have gotten a divorce. I do. I wished that they could have worked it out, but I get it because this is real life. Everybody can't be happy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be happy, and everybody marriage can't stand the test of time. One of their marriages had to be toe up and janky, so why not let it be? Why not let it be the Stewarts? I get it. But shout out to that. They did get a divorce. She did wind up moving to Guinea or New Guinea or however they pronounce it. Her and the daughter did wind up moving there, but they was able to just co-parent, be friends, and that's the one thing that I can appreciate the most. It doesn't always have to be that like y'all hate each other. It don't have to always be like that because at one point in time y'all loved each other. You know what I mean? So I appreciated that. Um, Harper started writing more books. He actually won a high award for the book that he did do 2 years after he got a divorce and all of that. So shout out to Art and Rob. See how I knocked both of them down. Now, Julian and Candace. Um, I like Julian, but and I felt this way about him even in The Best Man. He's just corny as hell. And that's why he felt the way about seeing himself in the movie. Because that's the way that Harper viewed him back in the day. The tag along. The nerdy tag along that wanted to be down with the cool guys. You know what I'm saying? And he got upset that that was his portrayal, but no shade, Julian, but like I said, I always thought that you was corny and you would like you just never really fit the group. The real gag is Harper barely fit the group. He barely made it in. And it's like when I looked at you then, it's like, I mean, I guess, and it's like seeing it, now it makes sense. And that's why you fought tooth and nail to be a damn MMA fighter because you got tired of being the push around. You got tired of people talking about you and making you the butt of the joke and all of the rest of this stuff. And that's where all of this MMA, I'm a man, Damon, hear me, I'm a boy, Damon, hear me roar type shit. But I was here for it, Julian. I was. It gave your character depth. Candace nearly getting, girl, Dr. Temple damn near Dr. Temple damn near took damn near covered your wife's poontang. No God, Candace. Candace, none of that was your fault. but you wanted it so bad. And a lot of times you can't show that type of vulnerability to everybody because you see what he did with your vulnerability. Because he felt like you wanted it so bad, he felt like he could do that to you. And it's sad because he did him doing that to you at your old ass age. I can only imagine what he's probably tried to do to other young black girls on that damn campus that really wanted his help and wanted this and wanted that. And he do what most perverts do. I really hate that that had to happen to Candace. And I really think he only did that because of her damn past. Because y'all know she used to be a stripper. Okay, she was a stripper. She was. She was a stripper. Julian was in love with the stripper. She rolling, she done, she did. Julian pulled out his dick and she started sucking, and that's why they called her the headmaster. Uh-huh. Child. But shout out to you though, Candace. Shout out to you for still doing your dreams and not letting your dreams go. That was the biggest takeaway that I got from that. And I feel like a lot of young black girls need that. It doesn't matter what you did in your past should not dictate your future. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Candace for still following through with what she wanted to do. Even though she's a wife, a mother, and all that stuff, she still had a goal and she set out for it. I appreciate that, Queen. Do what you do. Now that knocks their asses out. Um, Queen and Shelby got married, girl. Look, I really didn't understand the purpose for Nicole Ari Parker, and I did not understand her character. If he was gonna get married until Shelby popped her messy ass up there, and if he was gonna just marry Shelby anyway, I really didn't understand the purpose of Nicole Ivory Parker. See, I don't even remember her character up there because she only lasted 2 episodes. Now that I did not get, but I've always been here for Shelby and Q. I have. I've always been here for them, and I wanted them to get married. I remember doing the Best Man holiday when he said that he was going to get married. I was hoping it was going to be the Shelby. So I'm glad that the writers and the producers and the creators and everybody listened to our cries for them getting married because that just made the most sense. Hell, they already had damn Kennedy at a damn wedlock. She went around here calling him Uncle Q the whole time. That's her whole deal. So it just made sense for them to get married. Um, I forgot what Quentin did for a living. I did. So for those of y'all that didn't know, you know, he comes from a powerful family around here to New York, honey. They own spivvy properties, bitch. All right, you better get their goddamn names right. Ho, I was for it. That's another thing. About this, I love black excellence. I love it. We had an author, professors, cooks, an activist, an NFL player. You know what I'm saying? Property owners, moguls. You know what I'm saying? I love the black excellence. I love to see it. We need more of it. But yeah, that's what he do. His damn daddy got dementia, Alzheimer's, or senility, or all three. Quentin going through daddy issues. That's why he pushed so hard to be who he is because he got daddy issues. All right. In my opinion, I feel like the daddies see a lot of Q in him, and that's probably why he's always so hard on Q. But I appreciate Q for stepping up to the plate once he realized his daddy was going through senility, um, dementia, Alzheimer's, a mixture of all. Shout out to him, even though they had not the best relationship. You know what I mean? He still was there. He was still there for his pops when it mattered the most, and that's what matters. Shout out to you for that, and get your heart shit together. You and listen, Shelby finna send you to an early grave. You run around here popping blue pills and shit, trying to keep up with her sex drive, and the whole time your heart can't take it. Dear God, get it together. All right, Mia ass already gone. We don't need you gone too, Q. Anyway, knock their asses. See how quickly I'm going through this. Knock their asses up out the way. Now let's get down to the single hoes. Jordan. Jordan. I like Jordan, but Jordan, consider me along, considering what you got going on in your personal. I'm shocked that you wanted Jordan to sleep with this married damn man, or at least attempt to, while he was still married. Again, considering what you got going on with that Ooga Zooga Tuga nigga that you was married to, that was once the head coach of my team. I hate to say it, but he was. I don't. I get it, but I could have lived without it. Especially because y'all went through all of that years later to not be together 2 years after that happened the second time. Like the last episode of this thing, we flashed down to 2 years later and y'all weren't even together. So that's another reason why I wish we just really did not have to have that moment with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And especially because of the fact that Robin tried to accept you. She invited you down to her house. All right. Anything that she had, she tried to make your ass exclusive to, and you still was hot in your pussy for her damn man. And then you wanted to sleep with his ass again after his opening night. Now, of course, Mimi wanted to blame all of that on Robin, but this is what I got for Mimi. All right. But I like Jordan. I do. I like Jordan. Jordan is a boss. She makes boss moves. She makes boss decisions. She just don't know how to make the right decisions when it comes to her personal. When it comes to her personal. Um, but I guess it had to happen considering. So fine. But I'm down for Jordan. Jordan, I'm glad that you ain't pregnant. Bad Demetrius. All right. Because it couldn't have been Harper. Y'all just fucked. So it couldn't have been him. We know it was Demetrius's, would have been Demetrius's baby, and maybe that's why you didn't get pregnant because you didn't even want to be. And you know what, Jordan? I mean, you don't need no damn sharing anyway, child. Not with the way you throwing your pussy from the free throw line to your friends. Anyway, knocking that out the way. Last but not least, we got Lance Sullivan. I see they was trying to make Lance out to be a harlot, fucking everything in sight. I'm glad they kind of touched on that and then they quickly threw that away. I appreciated that because I get it. The man was lost. He's still trying to recover from his wife, and he thinks that by sleeping with women will like get him over that, but it doesn't. And he quickly figured all of that out. You know what I mean? And I'm glad you did because it's not a good look, Lance. Um, LJ. Those of y'all that don't know who LJ is, that's Lance Sullivan Jr. That's his son. Now, what's interesting is when I first saw LJ, I already knew what the storyline was going to be for him. So let me address that. And I know a lot of people in my community finna get upset at me for saying this, but oh well. I could have lived without that. I don't really feel like we have to have the token gay, straight, non-binary type of situation on everything. You understand? Um, to me, I just felt like it was cliche. It's been done, has been done, gonna be done again, and I just really could have dealt without that. I felt like him not wanting to follow in his father's footsteps by playing football really could have been enough, and I would have been down with that. I don't feel like we have to always have the token gay guy or the token butch dyke in every single movie, sitcom, whatever. My opinion. But I appreciate it at the same time though, because what I took away from it is I love the fact that they pushed it's okay to love your gay son as a black man. That's the takeaway at the end of all of that. That's the takeaway that I got from that. I loved how y'all are trying to push and normalize that it's okay to love your gay son as a black male. And you don't have to throw them away to the wolves or throw them out of your house, throw them out of your life simply because they decide to lay up with the same gender or whatever the case may be. Even if you don't agree with it, that's a product of you. You fucked for that. Let's just call a spade a spade. You fucked for that. You raised that. That came from you, your loins. That's your legacy. And it's like, it's been normalized, especially in the black community, as a black dad, that if your son is gay, you're disowned. And then y'all wonder why they run to the streets, and y'all wonder why the suicide rates are so high. It's like they go to school to get bullied, and then they come home and get bullied by their dad. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate seeing Lance say, son, I may not understand it, but I love you regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that. I appreciated when he went missing. I appreciated all of that stuff about him being non binary went out the window. He was worried and concerned about in the safety and well being for his son. It no longer mattered that he was non binary. It didn't matter at that point. So that is the takeaway that I got, and I can appreciate that. I can also appreciate how none of the other adults wanted to out LJ because all of them found out before Lance did. Jordan knew before everybody else did, and I appreciate Jordan for that as well. I appreciate Jordan for allowing him to be himself and making him feel comfortable, or them, they, whatever, to feel comfortable about being themselves around her. I appreciate that. See, it's a lot of good takeaways that came from this that can be applied in real life in our community. I appreciated that. I did. Even though I felt like y'all could have left that out, I appreciate the fact that y'all gave us a takeaway. It didn't have to be a cliche type of thing. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for that. Lance fucked around and he's getting a remarried child. Um, the little girl that he met the hotel staff, the front lady fish. Shout out to her because she was bad, baby. She was beautiful. Shout out to her. I can't think of her name, but she was beautiful. And he saw something in her then after he just got finished fucking one of the little young hoes down to the car. But he saw something in her then that she was different. One thing though, you said that you was married, friends. So what happened to your husband, girl? How it is he left Jamaica and then we get down to episode 8, 2 years later, he done got up to you and now y'all engaged. What happened to your husband, sis? See, that's why I say we need more seasons of this. Like it was that good. We need more seasons of this. I want to see, Julian progress in the MMA. I want to see him progress in it because he was whooping ass and I appreciated it. Like I want to see more of that. I do. I want to see more of Q and Shelby's marriage. I want to see Kennedy and Q's relationship blossom more. I want to see that. I want to see whether Harper or Jordan fuck around and do wind up being in a relationship or getting married or whatever. Like it's so much. Come on, Peacock, y'all can't do us like that. Y'all can't do us like that. I'm about to petition. I'm about to do a change.org, and I'm about to petition them to give us a season 2. I need at least a 5-season thing. Give me 5 seasons and I'll shut up. Anyway, anyway, that's it. That's all I got. I ain't got no more to give y'all. Overall, I loved it. I loved it. Overall, I loved it. If y'all have not watched it, I suggest y'all go and watch it. I loved it. If y'all can't tell, I loved it. I was here for it. All things best man final chapters, I'm here for it. Damn, my man, it's the final chapters. Anyway, y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it if you watched it. And let me know if y'all feel the same way I do, that we need more seasons of this thing. Because I just still feel like they left us with some cliffhangers. Like, nah, I don't like that. But y'all let me know. And with that, I'm gone. Bye.